and it was on why I am a public access producer and urging other people to become a public access producer. And they are having a picnic at the Belvedere Castle on August the 20th, and you're invited as my guest at noon.
Recorded. To re-record.
Oh, good. How's it going?
Everything's going okay.
That's good. You got your editing time and everything? Okay, Kelly.
Kelly Burness.
Tell them you called, though.
Yeah. And tell your mother that this woman said she had the most wonderful recipe for casserole.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, every time she mentioned it, her husband said, let's eat out.
Okay.
Okay, Kelly. Take care.
This is the Delaware Court, United States District Court, Delaware. Listen to this.
Tell your mother that this woman said
You dial their number.
casserole.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, every time.
Okay.
Okay, Kelly. Take care. Bye-bye.
You dial the court's number.
Bye-bye.
The court's number. Listen.
Hello, court line. The person you are calling does not wish to talk.
They won't pick up the phone unless you unblock your number and dial *82. United States District Court.
Okay.
Gee, I have that number here, but it's mixed up with other number. Is his number 6001?
6001?
McKelvey.
Is that his number?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Is it hard for you to switch me?
Actually, I can't transfer you.
Okay.
Sorry.
All righty. That's okay. Thank you.
Office.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. That's the chief judge.
This is Glendora versus Casari, Cher, Generoso, Rice, and a court officer.
We have reached the chambers of Judge Broderick Garvey Golding. No one is available to answer your call at this time. However, if you leave your name, number, and a brief message, someone will return your call.
Hello, it's Glendora. I'm calling about the case, the status of my case, Glendora versus Ishran Casari. My number is 914-949-9495. And thank you. Bye-bye.
District Court. If this is a Judge Jackson or Judge Edelman related question, please call 539-7387 or 539-7386. If you're looking for Karen Moore, her new number is 539-7370. Thank you.
Karen Moore, new number.
Karen Moore, Glendora has not received a summons. Area code 914-949-9495. We need our summons signed by the clerk because all the plaintiffs are pro se. Thank you. Box 416, White Plains, New York, 10602. Thank you.
United States District Court, St. Louis. Galgano versus James L. Dolan.
Claire McNeil?
No, I have the second. What do you want? The few.
Glendora to Texaco about the Equal Opportunity Task Force. A big joke.
This is Bajura. At 4:30 on Friday. What a bunch of loafers.
You have reached Maria Cepeda on extension 7344. I'm either away from my desk or on the other line. Please leave your name, number, and message, and I'll return your call as soon as I can. Thank you.
This message is from Mr. Bajura from Glendora, and I want to know if he received my annotations, interlinears, and marginalia on the task force reports for the last 3 years. And when will the task force report be coming out? It should be coming out in August. Number 914-949-949.
Ford Motor Company, no help.
Yes, is Mr. Hutchins in?
Have a meeting, may I return the call?
Yes, could you please call Glennie?
I'm sorry, Glennie?
Yes, Glennie. Thank you. 914.
914?
Yes, please. 949. 9495.
May I tell what's regarding?
Yes, I'm trying to restore my 1980 Lincoln Continental Mark 6 Signature Series.
Oh.
351W. I just have 4 more things to do, and one of them is that I cannot get my clock to come on and the information.
Well, let me have you talk to Catherine. Maybe she can help you.
Who's Catherine?
Catherine works for Mark.
Is K a C, or is it a K or a C?
With a C.
Okay.
Okay, just a moment, please. Let me help you.
Catherine, is Mark Hutchins there?
He is not, and I answer all the calls that he gets.
Well, what's this, a screening thing?
No, Mr. Hutchins travels and he has a lot of meetings, and so I answer all the calls and letters that he receives.
What are you, a secretary?
No, I'm in customer service. How can I help you?
Well, when would he be back and when could he call me?
Okay, he has asked that I respond on his behalf, so if you'd like some assistance.
Okay, so he's shutting us out, right? Okay, fine, I get the picture. He's shutting us out. Okay, it's not going to do him any good. Call is recorded and is going on television. Goodbye. Sorry, I'm calling you too late. To reach you, you and I are not very good at staying in touch with each other. Mike Mastrangelo has left Riverhead. I hope Saturday night you will call me and tell me what your number is upstate so I can reach you that way. I'm going to see you, remember, Tuesday, August 1st, because Franklyn has brought back a carload of your tapes. And I understand you were out at Riverhead and picked up my tapes. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. You really cleaned those people out, because they didn't do a good job of sending them back. Okay, Laurie. Talk to you soon. A woman says I have the most wonderful recipe for casserole. I simply mention it, and my husband says, let's eat out. Let's eat out.
This is corporate security. Can I help you?
Oh, no, I dialed the wrong number.
Okay, no problem.
Can you, thanks, can you switch me to 1005?
1005?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
Cablevision. This is to Lemley.
Hello, Kim. Is Robert Lemley there?
He's on the phone right now. May I take a message?
Does he have a voicemail?
Hold on just a moment. May I say who's calling?
Glendora?
Hold on.
How to get to his voicemail?
I don't know, ma'am. I'm going to have to leave him a message.
That's no good. When will his voicemail be available?
It'll be available at 6:30.
Okay.
Okay?
It'll be available all day tomorrow?
Yes, it will.
Okay, I'll call tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks, Kip.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And I really don't know how to do that. My number's 914-949-9495. So let's try again. Bye-bye. BCAT. Isn't that great about Manhattan? They've given up the local
Sponsor requirement.
a resident requirement.
Thank you for calling BCAT, Brooklyn Community Access Television. If you know your party's extension, please hold for the operator.
Did you hear that woman's voice? She's yeah, I'd like to know the hours for a tape pickup and drop off.
You have until 7 o'clock. Monday through Friday from 10 to 7, Saturday from 10 to 4.
Monday through Friday, 10 to 7, and Saturday,
10 to 4.
10 to 4. Thank you.
Okay.
Then how come I couldn't pick up my tapes that day?
Listen, he's not here at the moment. He has to step out.
Oh, that's too
Kim
bad.
Hagen and
Why?
Helen.
Got something good to tell him?
No, but that means we can't talk to you both.
Oh. I know. Well, he had to take his car to have something fixed on it.
Okay.
I think it was something with the brake where the pad fell off or something, whatever it is.
Okay, did you see the program lately?
Rockland County.
Tuesday night.
plainclothesman, and he gave him his wallet. And the gangsterhood of these protected undercover cops. Now, not all cops are that way, but these undercover cops are that way because they are part of the usurped democratic procedure. In other words,
Well, wait, we're on cops or are we on the court?
we're on the courts, but this is how it happens that you put an undercover cop. When a cop becomes an undercover cop, he's not elected to that position by anybody except the people who want him there, the owners of the police department and the courts. And so this way here, they can go around and hunt human beings because they're protected. And of course, this is what actually happened. We have this kid here who thought he was being robbed. He gave him his wallet, and they shot him 41 times. This, of course, is how the courts are run. And then what they did was they moved the case out of the jurisdiction, and we had a judge up there who was part of this legal mafia, and he acquitted these cops.
Okay.
He instructed the jury.
That's right. We've done DL. What are we saying today about the
What
court?
we're saying this is that we're talking about the need for a collective bargaining agreement with the lawyers, and we've got to have the lawyers. The lawyers have to operate for the benefit of their clients and the public, not for the people who control them and own them.
Okay.
And this is what happens. You have a prosecutor.
You want a collective bargaining unit.
That's it. We need a collective bargaining arrangement for the protection of lawyers. Otherwise, and for the protection of the public.
Okay, that's your point today. For protection of the public and for protection of the lawyers, we need a
collective bargaining agreement with the lawyers and the licensing authority.
Okay. All right.
And otherwise, the lawyers are helpless. You go into court, and the lawyer will take orders from the judge.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
That's the way the courts operate.
Okay.
And we have articles like Mr. Haberman, who really writes this way only because he's forced to, not because they really mean it, because if the press really wanted to do anything about it, they would do something. They would keep it up.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, that's fine. Judges are afraid of the DA. Why is that? Why are judges afraid of the DA?
Because the DA can break faith with them and go after him. And if a judge.
Crescency continued, why is a judge afraid of the DA? Why is a United States judge afraid of the U.S. attorney?
We don't know that.
Well, the DA was Pirro.
The DA was
Pirro.
Of course, it was in a different court system.
Her husband got convicted.
Yeah. And of course, another thing is that I think the conviction is totally wrong. And
No, we're talking about a judge being afraid of the DA.
yeah.
So, in that particular court situation...
The reason why the judge was not afraid is because the lawyer was taking orders from the owners of both of them, who was the U.S. attorney. And in other words, the judge was not looking to do justice. He was looking to appease the DA, and he had...
appease the U.S. attorney?
Appease the U.S. attorney, yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Why are judges afraid of the U.S. attorney?
They're afraid of it because of the whole, lawyers do not have a collective bargaining agreement, and when everybody gangs up on him, including the Bar Association.
Yes, but why is a United States judge afraid of a U.S. attorney?
Because exactly what I said is that the U.S. attorney will let the word be known, and before you know it, look at this is what happened to Judge Conboy. Judge Conboy got himself, because he was a crook, and he and Giuliani manufactured his record of being an accomplice in the operation of the police pension fund.
Well, was he or wasn't he? Was Conboy an accomplice?
Of course he was.
Well, then
And he had to quit. He was forced to quit, or they're going to send him to jail.
No, that doesn't answer why is a judge afraid of a U.S. attorney. Not a judge who is a crook, but why is a judge afraid of a U.S. attorney?
Because the U.S. attorney can put into operation a dynamic of action which will operate to the judge's disadvantage.
In what way? He cannot be dismissed. He's there for life.
All right, I know another example. Murray Gurfein,
Marvin Frankel. Marvin Frankel.
He became a partner in Proskauer Rose. Judge who became a partner in Proskauer Rose was forced to resign from the judge, but they didn't prosecute him because he was manipulating decisions in the management of an OSHA-funded labor organization.
Every U.S. judge is afraid of a U.S. attorney.
Sometimes, well, let me put it to you this way. Depending on the circumstances, because they give these people channels they give them space, and if they break the spatial tolerance, that's when the retaliatory response becomes a threat to the judge.
The U.S. attorneys?
Yes, the U.S. attorneys are all run by a gangsterhood of a secret government, and that's the reason why lawyers need a collective bargaining agreement. Look at the lawyers.
Yes, we got that point, but I want to know what can U.S. attorneys do to a U.S. judge?
He can make trouble for him, and what they'll do is they'll transfer him to Alaska or some other place. They'll into an area where
How can U.S. attorneys do that?
They do that because the U.S. attorneys are not appointed by the people of the United States. They are appointed by a gangsterhood that is run by, in the Second Circuit, when I was practicing, the guy who ran the place was a guy named Judah Gribbett. And he's a thug. He's the president of the major Jewish
should sue them immediately. They're violating a state law. Nobody shall prohibit and limit public access. And this board, who's running the community TV in Staten Island, is limiting and prohibiting public access. They fired Gary Bartels. They fired Lance Armstrong.
So I will be home tonight. Thank you. 755-2942.
2942. She's very nice. Manhattan producer.
Public access producer.
5 a.m. Hi, Glendora. John Jelinek from Ford, returning your message. If you could give me a call, please. I need your fax number. I have the instrumental schematics for 1980 Continental Mark 6. Once we figured out what exactly you wanted, we were able to deliver fairly quickly.
I'll say that's terrific.
Fax number so I can send them to you. My number here is 313-248-8468.
Ford Motor Company comes through. They do care about the cars they sell.
11:51.
Oh, that's wonderful, John. Thank you.
Hi, Glendora. This is Charles Golkin.
Hi, Charles.
Not sitting on any bucket. I'm 516-922-7081. Bye-bye.
Well, good to hear from you, Charles Galkin. His father was a judge,
Monday, 12:28.
but he seems to be all right.
Hey, Glendora, this is Monkey 12 from Cablevision and Hotbox. We are supposed to be airing a special for you. We have one SVHS tape from you. That's number 2754. Just wanted to make sure if that was it, because you didn't mark it or anything. So please give me a call back from 517-5631, 348-6800, extension 222. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Tuesday, 2:22 p.m.
Hello, Franklyn Buell. This is Colleen Cassidy. I'm calling to let you know that argument has been scheduled in your case for September 7th at 10 o'clock. Okay, in the Court of Appeals, which is the 17th floor of the old courthouse. So if you have any questions, call me back. My number is 212-417-8747. Okay, bye-bye.
That proves we can't. What? The phony criminal case. We
Colleen
appealed it.
Cassidy is a legal
Oh,
aid.
yes, good afternoon. This is Jessica White. Just wanted to let you know that I was on my way over today to Crown Auto Body. We had an incident that we had.
3:02 p.m. Glendora, this is Basis Locksmith. Are your card ready? Thank you.
He did a good job, but the front door wasn't locked. The driver's door.
This is Anthony Material. 245-1067. I have been a divorce case since 1992. It's still 2000 and it's still jerking me around. I spent over $400,000 and I'm still nowhere. I did gain custody of my two children, but the courts are still not doing nothing. Call me back at 245-1067. I want business at 693-1196. Thank you.
I need an area code. Terrible. $400,000. Okay, erase them.
Message deleted.
This is Glendora, and here is today's joke. Why did the bunny rabbit ask to be changed into a goon tomorrow? Why did the bunny rabbit ask to be changed into a goon tomorrow? So, he would be hare today and goon tomorrow.
This is in thanks to John Sherwood at Connecticut Public Access. He sent us some church bulletins, bloopers, and one of them is, this being Easter Sunday, we ask Mrs. Lewis to come forward and lay an egg on the altar. At the evening service tonight, the sermon topic will be, What is Hell? Come early and listen to our choir practice. The 8th graders will be performing Shakespeare's Hamlet in the church basement. On Friday, the congregation is invited to attend this tragedy. Right now, choir robes are urgently needed due to the addition of several new members and the deterioration of some other ones. Thank you, John Sherwood. This is Laurie Galgano, the producer of The Hidden Truth.
So impressed that you went there and did that news conference and you covered things.
Well, I also went to the legislative meeting. That turned out wonderful. I got to get up and speak. Harvey was there, Carl was there, Julia was there, Mr. Vickers was there, Mr. Henry Huzar was there. Oh my God, so many people. You all spoke in front of the whole legislative body.
Isn't that marvelous?
Yeah. So when I edit that, I'll give you a tape.
Okay, Laurie, I praise you highly that you go out and do these things. I think you're doing a great service to America.
Thank you, Glennie. I consider that a compliment coming from you.
To say nothing of Central Islip.
So how you doing, okay?
Well, doing fine. We got to, I don't know how your original was, but the quality is lacking.
Yeah, well, you mean with the taping?
Yes, honey.
Yeah, well, that's my camera. I can't do anything about that.
No, honey, it's your editing.
The editing?
There's nothing wrong with your camera.
What do you mean with the editing?
Well,
Talking about the character generator?
well, that's one, but I think majorly it's the lack of definition in the picture. It's just awful.
So how do I do that? How do I change it? It's not the camera?
No, there's nothing wrong with your camera. Your camera's excellent.
So what do I do to correct that?
I'm afraid you're going to have to edit at Suffolk.
Edit it at Pop-Up.
At Hopdog, yeah.
All right, I'll have to do that.
Well, try something, but it really lacked a whole lot of video quality.
Right.
And it's true, the character generator, of course, gets the message, and that is certainly the most important thing.
Yeah.
But that was so good what you did. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
We'll see what happens. I hope it goes somewhere.
Huh? What?
I hope they take it somewhere, you know, and they don't squash it, whatever. You know them.
Oh, I didn't know they squashed them.
Me too.
No, I didn't know that. Did you send in your demand to see the books, records, and
No, honey, I don't have time for that, Glenn. I just don't have time. I'm not going to be able to do that right now.
Oh, geez.
I don't have time. Believe me when I tell you.
You don't have time to write a 10-minute letter?
I don't have time to go down there.
Why not?
It's not the letter, Glenn. I don't have time to go down there to do it.
Oh, yeah? What do you think they're going to say to you? No, you can't see them.
Oh.
10 minutes and you're out.
Oh, well, I have no problem writing the letter. I mean, I write letters all
Okay, write the letter and then go down there in 4 or 5 days and take your tape recorder. You got an audio tape recorder for your pocket? Okay, take it, put it in your pocket, turn it on, record it, come back. You don't think they're going to show them to you, do you?
No.
Yeah.
I know they won't.
Okay, honey, I wish you would do that for Glennie.
All right, hon. Because I'll have to go down to Nassau to hand him in the tape anyway, so.
Yeah.
Okie-dokie.
Yeah. And you know, it's a real fast trip from Woodbury. You go down Route 135, I think it is.
I know how to get there, yeah.
You do? It's really fast. I think it was less than 10 minutes.
From where?
From Woodbury to Bethpage.
To Bethpage. I don't live in Bethpage.
You're going to Bethpage. That's where you're going. That's where you hand it into the corporate office.
No, I don't. Oh, that's where you hand in the letter you're talking about. Oh, okay.
No, the letter you mail.
Okay. So what do I hand in? What am I handing into Bethpage?
You're not. You're coming in to get to see the books, records, and minutes.
Okay. Now I got you. I'm in the middle of packing, so...
You're packing for where?
Yeah, I'm going upstate today.
Will you be back Monday?
Yes, I'll be back Sunday night.
Oh, good. Will you call me Saturday night?
Saturday night from upstate?
Yeah.
Sure.
I did get your Sunday message. It was loud and clear, and it was very nice.
Sure, I called you.
Yeah, but not the Saturday one. I didn't. You told me you didn't call Saturday. Okay, Lori. Let's see what else is new. I think it's wonderful that you went. I incorporated part of Carmen. Who is Henry Hooshock?
He is an ex-cop.
And is he the one who's complaining about? Just a second. I have to call up the name. Norman Yellen.
Yes.
Oh, that's his name. Oh, how do you spell it, please?
Hooshock?
Yeah.
H-U-Z-A-R. Do you know Norman Yellen?
No, but I have heard about him for years and his sewer service.
Glenn, you don't know what he's doing, what they're doing to these guys.
He's taking people's homes away from them.
Yes, Dr. Carmine Vasili. When you see the tape, I'm going to give you a copy of the tape from the legislative. And Phil Goldstein got up with them and fought for them like you don't want to believe.
Yes, yes, he has been after them for years.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you spell Carmine's last name?
V-A-S.
V victory?
V like a victory.
A-S.
S as in Sam. I-L-E.
I-L-E. Oh, that's marvelous.
He went to the Court of Claims. He spoke to my husband. I hooked him up to my husband. And he's trying to get my husband to go to the Court of Claims and sue the state and the county.
Oh, good. The Court of Claims in Suffolk?
Yeah, I have all his papers. If you want, I can mail you a copy of his Court of Claims.
Oh, yeah, we got to go for this guy. Help him.
Can I give you his number, Glenn?
Yes, please.
Okay, wait a second. Where the heck do I have it?
We just made a New England boiled dinner.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it's terrific. I wish you were here, because the next day you have what's called red flannel hash.
Okay, Glennie, I'm going to have to call you back for the number.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of... Vasili. Carmine. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to have to call you back for it.
Oh, darn.
But, if you could help him in any way, these guys are desperate. They want to put him in jail.
Well, he has to go in jail.
They were just on Channel 12. The last legislative meeting, the one before this.
I saw that.
You did?
Not only do I see that, Goldberg sent it to me,
You saw that, huh?
but I incorporated it into a chat with Glendora.
You were kidding. They're going to be thrilled.
Yes, and I'm going to try to get it all over.
Oh, my God, Glennie, they'll be thrilled. Yeah, I need to call you. I'll get right back to you. Let me see. I can't believe it. Okay.
You have a nice voice over the telephone.
I do.
Yeah.
It's called laryngitis.
Have you got over that terrible
Well,
cold?
it's getting rid of laryngitis.
Yeah, you got rid of it?
Yeah, I'm better.
How is Huntington Midnight?
He's doing great. He's right here. I can't believe it. I call these people all the time, Glenn. This is Henry Huzar. Take his number down. He's the ex-cop.
Yep.
He's the one also at Yellen.
631
473
473
4950.
4950. Okay, I'll take care of that.
Okay, let me just give me a second. Zabby called me. Let me see. Oh, shoot. Let me just look one more place before I start looking at my files. I'm so sorry, Glennie. I'm just in the middle of doing so many things now. I'm not thinking straight. Hold on. Although that's not always my excuse. Sometimes I just don't think straight.
No, Laura, you are just overloaded.
I'm into so many things.
But you are doing wonderful things.
You know, I'm not just out to get my husband out of prison. I'm out to change the system. I think it's such a disgrace what they are doing to grown men. And I'm not talking about stupid men. I'm talking about, here it is, Glenn. I'm talking about men with degrees, ex-cops. I mean, come on.
Yes.
Carmine Vasili, Dr. Vasili, 631
631
758
758
6271.
6271. Now, you said he's a doctor?
Yes, he's a PhD.
He is?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Very learned. And you have to see the water system that he gave me his website, and I pulled it up. You can't believe the brain on this guy.
Really?
Talk to him. And, Zabby called me, and she asked me to relate this information to you and to, I think she said Bob Goldstein. She
Goldberg.
Harvey Cash and CU. She said to relay the messages. She was looking through her old files, and in April 13th of 1996, she pulled up something that she had filed, investigative reports TV show with Bill Curtis. A&E did a special.
A what?
A&E, it's called.
Oh, okay.
A&E.
Okay.
With an N sign and then E.
Yes, okay.
They did a show on corrupt judges. Now, when I told this to Dr. Vasili, he knew about it. It was the National Judicial Review and Judicial Committee. So she said maybe you would want to look into this. She thought that you would be interested. I'm going to try to pull it up when I have the time.
National Judicial Review and
National Judicial Review.
and National Judicial Committee?
Right.
Okay, and what was you gave somebody's name when you came up?
Bill Curtis with a K. K-U-R-T-I-S.
Okay. Zabby's got to get rid of that requirement to leave you a number, because I won't call her.
What is that?
Zabby has a requirement, star 62, star 82, you have to leave your number.
Oh, yeah.
And I will not leave the home number.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
No, and so she's got to get rid of that. I'd like to call her.
Yeah.
I did write her a letter. She sent $50 in, I told you.
No, for what?
For the lawsuit.
Oh, she did, okay.
Yes, it's good.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, honey, I have to go. I pray that you get in touch with these guys. They need all the help they can get and all the exposure. Like I said, we went before the legislative, body, and when we first started out, they were very hostile. They said, this is not our jurisdiction. By the time we got done with them, they promised to look into it. They were so sympathetic. Well, it flooded them.
Yes, I believe on the...
One after another, we just kept getting up, talking about the corruption.
Oh, good.
We just flooded them.
Yeah, you know, the meeting before, the clip that I have, I believe they called Catterson. And I believe that they were very polite to Catterson. And I believe they told Henry Lucer, don't play that tape anywhere else or something like that.
Really?
Well, when they, and Henry could sue them right on the spot under color of state for...
Let me tell you something, Glenn. These are guys that have nothing to lose and they're going for it. They have nothing to lose because they want to put them in jail. They want them in jail so bad.
This is Norman Yellen.
Yes. Mm-hmm. If you could do anything to him.
For forgery, right? He signs services.
Yes, process server.
He's a process server, and then he never serves the people, and then later on the people lose their house.
Yes, Dr. Vasili lost so much. He's got a stepdaughter. They took all her money, all her college funds. You have no idea, Glenn. When you talk to them, you're going to cry, and everything is documented. They have, what's his name? Ed Romaine from out here in Suffolk County. What the heck is his title? He's a big shot.
Lettuce, Romaine Lettuce.
No. Ed Romaine. He's a big shot in Riverhead.
Oh.
You got him on their side.
Oh, good.
He wrote a letter to Betty Jo White or something.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on...
Mary Jo White,
Mary Jo, yeah.
And also, they were interviewed by the FBI, Hussar and Vasili.
Dr. Vasili, yeah.
Yeah, I talked to Vasili years and years ago, and I said, you've got to sue these people.
Yeah, well, he's in the middle of it, Glenn.
Yeah.
He said to call them and talk to both of them because they'll fill you. They'll fill your ears. I mean, they're not afraid. They came right on Channel 12 and they went against Catterson.
Oh, they should.
And they did up there, too. And I even exposed what Catterson's doing at the Suffolk County Legislature. They were all agreeing with me. I'll tell you,
How do you spell that?
They all got up. They were agreeing with us, and they promised to do something because we went in so strong.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's what it takes, you know, those old political votes. Listen, I'm going to give you a phrase, okay, and I want you to keep saying it over and over again. We will remember in November.
Oh, I know. I say it. I say it on TV, I know.
Okay. And how do you spell Catterson?
C-A-T-T-E-R-S-O-N.
Okay, thanks.
And he's the one that's putting Sheriff Mahoney in prison.
Yes.
I know what he's doing to them.
Well, where is Sheriff Mahoney?
Sheriff Mahoney's still in office from what I know.
Oh, good.
But, like my husband told, I hooked up Dr. Vasili with my husband. My husband told him he'll do jail time because Catterson knows all the judges. He'll do jail time.
Oh, boy, well, that's good. No, he won't, I don't think, because now you've exposed it.
Well, let's see what happens.
All right, now remember also, we can pick it, okay?
Well,
We can pick it, Caddison.
listen to me, Glenn. August 31st, I'm going to go out to Riverhead with the camera. They're having a march. Julia told me. And they're having a march against all the corrupt judges. If you want to come, I don't know what day it is.
August 31st, what time is it?
I don't know. I have to get all the details. She told me really quick, and it was pouring out. So I have to get back to her, but I'm going to do my best to get there. It's on Thursday.
Okay.
So I'll see what happens with that, but I want to go. I mean, I'm all for this. This is time this stops.
Oh, this is good, and you've got the and you've got solidarity too.
Yes.
Okay, I have a joke for Pat.
Okay.
Why did the bunny rabbit ask to be changed into a goon within tomorrow? Why did the bunny rabbit ask to be changed into a goon within the next 24 hours?
I have no idea.
So he could be hare today and goon tomorrow.
You're so funny, Glendora.
Okay, Lori, I think that's marvelous, precious, golden information you gave us. So we talk to you again as soon as you can.
Okay,
Be
honey.
sure you call me and give me your number
Saturday.
upstate, and I can
I
call
can
you.
give you the number now.
Oh, okay.
Just, well, maybe in 2 seconds. Hold on.
Okay.
It's area code 607
That's Binghamton.
733
That's Corning. 733
5526.
5526. And what town is it?
And it's Elmira.
It's Elmira.
Yes.
Very good. And, oh, that's excellent. 733 5526. And what hour?
Well, I'll be there from about. You would be safe to call me around 6 or 7. Between 6 and 7, I'll be there.
Okay, on Saturday night.
Okay.
Saturday night, I'll meet you on the phone.
Okay, thanks so much, honey.
And don't forget the bunny rabbit.
I won't.
Okay.
Remember it.
Bye, Lori.
Okay, Glenny. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. Lord Galgano, The Hidden Truth on August the 4th, Friday, 2000, Anno Domini. Okay.
It's me.
How was Robert?
Oh, very well, thanks.
He's having a good time up there?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, that's it is. You pay all that money for a summer camp so that your kids can bring you home a 50-cent pot holder. Timothy, guess what?
That's Timothy Cacase, Master Mechanics, and that's where Ford shipped the wiring schematic for the message center. Now, let's see what else there is going on in the world. These conversations really could give you a cross-section of America. Next call is to Henry Hussar. He and Dr. Vasily have uncovered
This is Saturday
a
morning.
terrible
Very early.
corruption and ring in Suffolk County.
Friday morning, 7:55. It's Glendora.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Well, good. How are you? I got a snitch of what you said to ALR at that meeting a long time ago. And I got that up and got it on television.
Good.
And then,
I don't know if you're aware of this. We went before Suffolk County.
yeah, that's the next thing I have to tell you. And Goldberg gave me a tape of that. And I incorporated that into a chat with Glendora. But were you playing the audio tape?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that, they did not give you a chance. And did you notice how polite they were to Caddison? Was that Caddison?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you notice how polite they were and how careful they were of them?
Yeah, let me tell you something. We had another meeting before the legislators August the 1st.
Oh, yes, now I know about that. And Lori just told me that. And Lori told me that, and she videotaped it, and she's sending that to me.
Yeah. Let me tell you, this is civil rights crimes, and the feds are covering this up, and they're stealing houses. You see, people...
Yeah, well, you've got to sue the whole bunch of them. Now, listen, Henry, did you notice, who was the guy who was conducting the meeting? What was his name?
David Bishop. He's a legislator. He made criminal referrals. He made two, one to Mary Jo White, the other one to Loretta Lynch for the Eastern District, and also Hugh Flanagan, State Department of Investigation.
One moment, please. Mary Jo White and who? Loretta Lynch?
Lynch in Brooklyn.
Lynch in Brooklyn. And who was it?
Hugh Flanagan from the New York State Department of Investigation. That's the FBI for the state of New York.
Hugh Flanagan, Flanagan.
Yeah.
And what is he?
He's the State Department of Investigation.
What state?
New York State.
Okay, New York State Department of Investigation.
Yeah, we have an assembly. We have Congressman Michael Forbes made a referral, but they're blocking that.
Where?
Michael Forbes is a congressman in
Where are they blocking it? On the floor or at the committee?
at his office.
He made a referral.
We got an assembly
say?
who made a referral to you
Yeah, one moment, please. You say they are blocking it. Who is they?
the people that are the players. That's the judiciary here in Long Island.
The judiciary in Long Island. In Suffolk?
He used a phony interpreted injunction against Carmine.
Oh.
He's not enjoying. We got proof that this is a racket that's going on all the way up through the federal court.
Hey, well, listen, don't you think I don't know it? And I took it all the way to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court turned me, the United States Supreme Court.
I'd like to sit down with you and show you some stuff because...
I'm recording this and I want to play it on TV, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, this is a racket that's going on, and I've already sued Spitzer.
Well, let me explain something.
For sewer service. I have sued Spitzer for sewer service.
Listen to me on this one. There's a federal charge, USC 18, sections 241 and 242, the case of Weissman. It's a civil rights crime.
Wait just a second. Give me the site again.
It's USC 18, 241 and 242. It's a federal civil rights crime to do sewer service.
Oh, isn't this something that the U.S. Supreme Court wouldn't do it?
Well, there's case law on this already.
All right, now you guys have got to get together, and you've got to sue all of them. Now listen, this David Bishop, you said he's a legislator.
Yeah,
Didn't he say to you, be careful where you play that tape?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to know what that is? That's violation of civil rights under color of state.
Yeah.
He is a government, and he restricted your speech, and that's First Amendment.
Yeah, but let me explain another thing too. That tape recording was from the Suffolk County executive himself, Gaffney's office. They claimed that they were doing 3 letters, Mary Jo White, Loretta Lynch, and Hugh Flanagan from the State Department of Investigation, that as we speak they're writing the letters. A week later, they didn't do it.
Yes. Do you hear me, Henry?
Yeah.
I said he violated your civil rights. He actually tried to restrain your free speech.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say? I couldn't quite hear. Did he say, be careful where you play that tape?
Yeah, but let me explain something, though.
Henry,
Yeah.
you have to listen to people.
Okay.
Now, what did he say to you?
Well, he said to watch where you play the tape.
Okay, you've got him. Okay? That guy can be sued for $23 million.
Well, let me take it to a step further. He did make the criminal referrals. You know, that was the Public Safety Committee of the legislators here in Long Island.
Okay.
So he partially did the right thing. He did the right thing. He made criminal referrals. Now, the trick is, the feds are probably going to...
These include a political file sponsorship identification records, equal employment opportunities records, commercial records for children's programming, records demonstrating compliance with the Commission's least access provisions, ownership records, the designation and location of the cable system's principal head-end, and a list of broadcast television stations carried in fulfillment of the Commission's must-carry provisions. Records required to be maintained primarily for inspection by the Commission or by local franchising authorities include evidence of compliance with the Commission's technical standards, a current list of channels offered to subscribers, proof of performance tests, signal leakage logs, and repair records. A copy of the Commission's cable television regulations, records of subscribers, aggregate information used for assessing fees, and records of subscriber complaints on signal quality. In addition to the above-listed files, cable systems with 1,000 subscribers or more must maintain a public inspection file. This file must contain a copy of records to be maintained as part of the political file.
15 seconds to finish.
Okay, to be continued.
At the tone.
Or I can reach you. And I'll be happy to return your call as soon as possible. If you need to reach me urgently, please contact Dorothy Rogan at 313-594-4748 or page me at 1-888.
So that was to Robert S. Lemley. I'm on my way to see the public file. Now watch him run in every direction. And you go over to 1111 Stewart Avenue in Bethpage, and you see the public file and watch them run in every direction. Like the Appalachian Gang. This call is to the Ford Motor Company, Chelinek.
And I'll be happy to return your call as soon as possible. If you need to reach me urgently, please contact Dorothy Rogan at 313-594-4748 or page me at 1-888-467-3673.
John, I am not going to go to a Lincoln Mercury dealer. I cannot stand them. It's like checking in at an insane asylum or in a jail or in a hospital. I am not going to go there. They are the biggest rip-offs and the biggest crooks, and they don't know anything. And they're no good at solving problems. So I'm not going there. That is not the route. I need a wiring schematic. Can you help me with that? A wiring schematic for that dashboard. A 1980 Lincoln. Mark 6, Signature Series, Continental. 351W. Numbers, Glendora, 914-949-9495. I put up on TV that Ford really doesn't care about the cars it sells. Take care. Lloyd Galgano, Glennie and Frankie are going to have to buy you an answering machine. Larry, even though you can't be there on a weekend, can we have a picnic at your house for the public access producers in Long Island? That's Glennie, 914-949-9495.
3316, the Amlins Opera Enterprise and Glendora. Please wait till after the beep to leave a message.
Hi, Cy and Eleanor.
These are my community sponsors in Manhattan, Cy and Eleanor Amlin. I met Cy way back in 1974 when he was the vice president of programming, and he worked for Fred Silverman at ABC. Fred Silverman's the one who put ABC into top place. And I've known Cy for a number of years. He's a wonderful person, and so is his wife. And so they live on Riverside Drive, a very swank address. But you don't need to have a community sponsor anymore in Manhattan. However, hold on to them in case anything changes. We're up to Monday, July 31st, the last day of July, the great month. Great month. This is Franklyn out doing the errands.
Hello, Frankie. It isn't raining.
No, it isn't now. It might again, though.
Well, did you go to Yonkers?
Yes.
Did you get the belt?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Does it only take one belt?
A package or two.
Okay.
So if he gives it away again, we'll be all set.
That's right. What did it cost?
$387.
See? Okay?
Yes.
Oh, good. So that's the first errand you dreaded is over. Good for you.
Then,
You went to Ackerman.
that's right.
Ackerman
Did you find the
upholstery.
way okay?
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
I want a hood liner. It's all carbon monoxide, dioxide.
And that's a custom-made piece. And he doesn't have the material in any event. He said if you could find one, he could probably put it in.
So,
Okay.
So
Zabuski,
that's how that stands.
All right. And that would be Joe Zabuski next.
Yes. How about blood? Do you think he might come across one?
Oh, okay. That's an idea. Let me write that down. Then where'd you go?
Then I got some gas because it was most empty.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. How much did you get? Full tank?
No, I didn't get a full tank because I figured if we got a specific amount, then we could figure what kind of mileage we're getting.
Okay. So how much did you get?
Seems to me we get about 6 miles to a gallon.
No, we don't. We get about 18. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I got 10 gallons, and the reading was 80.
At 680.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll write that down for you. And outrageous.
Yeah.
Right.
Go.
10 gallons,
Okay.
18 gallons.
Now
Rip
I
off.
just arrived at Bradley's.
Bradley's.
I'm about to go in the store.
Oh, good.
You missed some good pictures yesterday, Sunday. The battery ran out. First of all, it was that drenching rain. It's about the 6th day that we've had for it. But the minister came back from vacation and he looked very good in his clerical collar. I wanted you to see that and hear the people's prayers for all their friends. But the minister asked how it was while he was away on the vacation. How did things go? And various people said various things. And I said, we had a lot of short services and people began to titter, and they tittered even more loudly and more loudly and more loudly and longer. I wished I had videotaped that for you. Now I have to read you something from the Federal Communications Commission fact sheet, things about cable TV that you should know as a cable TV subscriber. Folks, you have some protections given to you by the government of the United States, by the Federal Communications Commission. I am reading to you from the Federal Communications Commission's fact sheet. I've been doing this for several weeks. Today I'm reading to you something from page 8. A call to a cable system must be answered, including time the caller is put on hold, within 30 seconds after the connection is made. If the call is transferred, the transfer time may not exceed 30 seconds. Also, cable system customers may receive a busy signal no more than 3% of the time. Although no special equipment is required to measure telephone answering and hold time, cable operators should use their best efforts in documenting compliance. These requirements must be met 90% of the time, measured quarterly under normal operating conditions. I want to see the record. I want to see the record that Cablevision has kept, or should have kept. Cable operators may schedule appointments for installations and other service calls either at a specific time or at a maximum during a 4-hour time block during normal business hours. Cable operators may also schedule service calls outside of normal business hours for the convenience of the customer. No appointment cancellations are permitted after the close of business on the business day prior to the scheduled appointment. Now, this is not from the municipal government, this is not from the state government, this is from the federal government. The following information must be provided to customers at the time of installation and at least annually to all subscribers and at any time upon request. Products and services offered, prices and options of programming services and conditions of subscription to programming and other services, installation and services, maintenance policies, instructions on how to use the cable service channel, positions of programming carried on the system, and billing and complaint procedures, including the address and telephone number of the local franchising authority's office. That's your city or village or town. Unauthorized reception of cable services, signal carriage requirements. As a result of Arbitron abandoning the television research business, the Commission has determined that effective January 1st, 2000, the market of a television station shall be its designated market area, the DMA, as determined by Nielsen Media Research. If they're talking like WCBS, usually the DMA is like 50 miles from the World Trade Center. That's how far a broadcast television signal usually goes. Must carry retransmission consent election of must carry status. Generally, if a local commercial television station elects must carry status, it is entitled to insist on cable carriage in its local market. A must-carry station has a statutory right to a channel position, usually its over-the-air channel number or another channel number on which it has historically been carried. Hysterically would be better. Superstations are transmitted via satellite, usually nationwide, and the cable system may carry such stations outside their local market without their consent. This should show up purple and this should show up royal blue. The color would be better because the camera doesn't like a lot of light, but I can't read without light. The camera sees better than I do. And the cable system may carry such stations outside their local market without their consent. The negotiations between a television station and a cable system are private agreements which may, but need not, include some form of compensation to the television station, such as money, advertising time, or additional channel access. Non-commercial educational television stations, low-power television stations, radio programming. We are up to page 11. Syndicated program, exclusivity protection, network program, no duplication, non-duplication, sports programming, blackouts. We are now up to page 12. Copyright. The Copyright Act requires a cable operator to file semi-annually a statement of account including information about system revenue and signal carriage as well as the royalty fee payment. For further information regarding copyright regulation, contact the licensee Division of the Copyright Office, Library of Congress, Washington, D.C. Cable casting that is subject to the editorial control of the system operator. Program content regulations. The rules generally do not apply to the contents of broadcast signals or access channels over which the system operator has no editorial control. That would be indecency, and nudity, and something else. Things we are not interested in. That was page 12. A lockbox. You know about lockboxes? You know about them? Okay, this is page 13, which is printed upside down. The industry proposed the TV parental guidelines, and the proposal was approved by the Federal Communications Commission on March 12, 1998. The TV parental guidelines, labels, and content indicators and respective meetings are. And then it's TVV, TVY, TVY to the 7th, TVG, and so forth. And then the V-chip, they talk about the V-chip. Section 504 of the 1996 Cable Act required a cable operator to fully scramble, that's a split infinitive, to scramble fully or block the audio and video portions of programming services not specifically subscribed to by a household. The cable operator must fully scramble or block the programming in question upon the request of you, the subscriber, and at no charge to you, the subscriber. We are now up to page 14. 14. About Playboy versus the FCC. However, before the rules could take effect, Section 505 was challenged in the courts, and the Commission was subsequently preempted from enforcing the rules because of a temporary restraining order and a number of days granted by the United States District Court for the District of Delaware. I have a case there, Glendora versus Ishvan Kasari, to deport Ishvan Kasari. He came over here from Hungary and he broke all kinds of laws. He should go back to Hungary. And against a New Year's Shell City judge, Preston S. Scher, and against another one, Gail Rice, and against General Rosso, the clerk of the court, and against a court officer there. Finally, Section 506 of the 1996 Cable Act allows cable operators to refuse to transmit any public access or least access program which contains obscenity, indecency, or nudity. On June 28, 1996, the U.S. Supreme Court issued a decision, Denver Area Educational Telecommunications Consortium versus the FCC, which held that cable operators may decline to carry indecent programming on least access channels, but cannot exercise the same control over programming on public access channel. That's the Alliance, was really the plaintiff in that. Political cable casting. Once a cable system allows a legally qualified candidate to use its facilities, it must afford equal opportunities to all other candidates for that office to use its facilities. The cable system may not censor the content of the candidate's equal opportunity material in any way, and may not discriminate between candidates in practice, regulations, facilities, or services rendered pursuant to the equal opportunities rule. Candidate appearances which are exempt from the equal opportunities rules include appearances on a bona fide newscast, bona fide news interview, bona fide news documentary, or on the spot coverage of a bona fide news event. Most favored commercial advertisers. The most favored commercial advertiser. Oh boy, that is a racket, the way they sell airtime. Oh, those prices. You know, they're so arbitrary. It's just the biggest racket. That ought to be exposed and stopped. Prior to the Fairness Doctrine repeal in 1987, cable television systems operators engaging in origination cable casting were required to afford reasonable opportunity for the discussion of contrasting views on controversial issues of public importance. Although this requirement still appears in the Commission's rules, the Fairness Doctrine in its broadcast application, and from which the cable rules is derived, is no longer enforced as a consequence of a commission proceeding and a court decision. That's right, you know, the Fairness Doctrine really doesn't apply in cable TV. If somebody objects to an opinion given, then you don't get equal time. What you do is go and have your own public access program or your own government access program. Okay, personal attacks. Political editorials, and lottery information. One more last paragraph, let's make it fast. When an attack is made upon the honesty, character, integrity, or like personal qualities of an identified person or group during origination cable casting concerning controversial issues of public importance, the cable system must give the following to the person of a group attacked within 1 week. But this doesn't apply to public access. 1. Notification and identification of the cablecast. 2. A script, tape, or accurate summary of the attack. And 3. An offer of a reasonable opportunity to respond over the cable facilities. The rule exempts attacks by political candidates and their associates on other candidates, including attacks that occur during uses by candidates, such as attacks made during bona fide newscasts, bona fide news interviews, and on-the-spot coverage of bona fide news events and attacks on foreign groups or foreign public figures. And that is all. We will read, that's page 15. We'll try to read you some more next week and the week after, and that's the end. Think. FCC, fact sheet, protections for you. Okay. United States That was Franklin. He's leaving Pathmark. Who could miss Bob Hope's picture on the back? Yeah, who could do that and not remember that? Glendora implements all possible to wake up somnolent clerks who don't know how to read, write, and remember. Notwithstanding who could miss the IFP when it is the back page of the complaint. Additionally, when Glendora attached a second copy of the IFP under Weaver's cover letter, res ipso loquitur, Colby was fudging. Indeed, Colby has 3 fabrications in all. He's the clerk. You heard the audio tape conversation with him, 3 of them. Number 2 is a call to Glennie's telephone recorder that he doesn't know what happened to the complaint, that if it could not be filed, it should have been returned. Number 3 is Christie's message the same day on Glendora's telephone answering machine that Jeff said since he didn't hear from Glendora, Glendora was no longer interested in filing, and Jeff threw the complaint away. That could never happen in a district court. Further, when Glendora telephoned Jeff yesterday on July 28th, Friday at 3 p.m., his story then did not match any of the other 3. Confronted with this, he ran away. 29:30 is up, as you can see, and so this has to be continued on another edition. This is bawling out the United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan, because they lost a complaint. They just lost it, or destroyed it. Plaintiff is severely damaged and prejudiced by the nonfeasance and malfeasance delineated herein, but worse than that, so is the United States of America. The least a citizen can expect is that her petition to her government for redress of wrong will be handled responsibly. Yes? The complaint with IFP, that means poor person, and Rule 4D service, that means waiving the cost of serving a summons, was addressed to David Weaver, that is, his name was on the envelope. $50 in toll calls and 5 hours of labor researching the morass are further damages. Plaintiff should not have to do clerk's job. The civil cover sheet was sent a few days later. That should have signaled proper processing of the complaint. Is Jeff there because of nepotism, or was he hired on his merits? Whoever screened him for the job is also accountable. TV graphic is United States District Court, Detroit, bombed out. This saga has been reported on TV for the last 2 weeks. Glendora is on 23 cable TV systems, New York metro market to Portland, Oregon. The autism of the United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan, is hard to intercept. There is no excuse nor justification. You have been caught. Add Leonidas Ralph Meekum to the service list for this memorandum herein. Certainly he should know the nadir federal court administration has reached. Now Meekum is the chief of U.S. court administration in Washington, D.C. My defendants are in default. Plaintiff was all ready and still is to file her Rule 56B motion. It should be 55. 56 is summary judgment. It should be 55. Motion for default judgment. It should be attached herewith, but plaintiff is exhausted by the United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan failures. Motion will have to wait 3 days. No American should have this problem. United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan is funded by taxpayers to solve problems, not manufacture problems. You are a poor substitute for a United States District Court. You are too far away to picket, but you are not too far away to sue. Service list. To Zatkoff, he's the chief judge. To Weaver, he's the chief clerk. To Christie, who is in management in the clerk's office. Colby, who is the deputy clerk. The Center for Judicial Accountability Incorporated. Glendora's TV audience, that is you. Meekum, and who to sue. 8 sets, 12 pages, 6 sheets. White Plains, New York, July 29th, 2000. I think you saw a picture of Franklyn and Glendora copying this. See that cute little light in that? Something? This is the best equipment. Let me put on the microphone here and let me remind you that John P. de Blasi, Glendora caught him cheating and exposed it to you, and he's been caught cheating again. He was out of the courtroom 31 mornings this summer, taking a course in being a broadcaster, being on TV. John P. de Blasi is caught, and accolades to Bruce Golding Gannett for doing it, for catching him. A cheater. Now this is a new lawsuit, and it's a lawsuit, Glendora versus Joseph J. Trafficante Jr. Neanderthal, New York State Court Officer, number 1763, the Chief of Court Officer Security for Westchester County, the Chief of Court Officers for State of New York and the City of Mount Vernon, defendants. And this is about going into the city building in Mount Vernon to pay a $15 parking ticket and being beat up by an insane court officer numbered 1763. And this is the complaint, and it's off to a very good start. And I write on it a half an hour a day. And so I think I'll wait until it's all written before I read it to you. That would be better than stringing it over several editions. This is the 10th program that we have videotaped this week, so that's enough just to mention it. Another new lawsuit is against the Wall Street, the New York Law Journal, and those defendants are here. Just a second, folks. Get it down to the title page, the caption page. Haven't decided which court I'll file this in. Glendora versus plaintiff versus Bruce Wasserstein, America Lawyer Media Incorporated, George M. Dillaway, Lee Jones, and Julia C. Mead. They wrote a dumb article full of inaccuracies about cable television, about public access, and about Glendora. So it's sort of a libel action in a way. And so that's a very good paper, and I think it would be best to read that to you when it is all in one piece. We don't have time to read to you your rights as stated by the Public Service Commission in Title R, which is Subtitle R, which is 9, Title 9 of the New York Code Rules and Regulations, your protections as a cable TV subscriber, and what you can expect from a cable TV operator. So we will hopefully next week these two law papers will be written and we can read you the whole thing in their entirety. Keep the courage, Flaving. You are the public. You have all of the power. Wake up. You have all of the power.
Cancer is in this corner. You're getting a bunch of bullshit from the DAs in Suffolk County, and I have too. I had enough. I want this to stop. Not only for me, but the future victims and everybody else. And you sit down and set up a meeting and let me know who the commissioner is of this crime commission, and I want a meeting with them. I want a meeting with the PC. I've got enough documentation to show that the district attorney's been covering this up since '97. They tried to incarcerate me illegally. December 22nd, appointed a receiver of my property.
Sir, can you hold on for just 1 minute?
I had enough, Tom.
I understand. If you hold on just 1 second, please. Oh, sorry about this.
That's all right. Now listen, there's public officials that came out with this. Edward May did the right thing. Pat Mahoney did the right thing and referred this to the feds. The feds are jerking this thing around too.
Well,
I've had enough. Now I notified the Suffolk County Executive's Office, and you guys need to get off your ass and do something with this. I've been jerked around by the people too. Oh, we're very concerned, I haven't got any phone calls back from you guys. And you told me, you know,
I just called you back this morning. I just called you back this morning.
I have to.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Tell me to move on.
I don't understand why the district attorney, well, I do understand, why the district attorney is tampering with this, because it's involving XDAs. And we all know this. It's no secret anymore.
Okay.
I want a meeting with the crime commission. When is it convenient? How many times a year they do this?
I honestly have no idea. As I told Mr. Steele before, I'm going to look into when they convene for him today. That's what I'm working on.
Good.
The other thing I told him is that I spoke with the New York State Attorney General today, to their office, and they said that if I was to send them over all the information that I had, they would be more than happy to look into this.
Well, I think you should do that. This is going to hit the fan.
I absolutely agree. Now, as I said, so that is what we are working on right now. We are also preparing to send it over to the United States Attorney General.
Exactly. I was going to suggest that also.
Exactly. These are the actions that we are taking. Okay. You know, one of the things I didn't get a chance to mention to
It's only 2
Dr.
seconds.
Steele was that
Mr. Chairman,
I don't know if
run
you
this
spoke-
meeting, please. Come on. Thomas Warren is an investigator for Robert Gaffney's lawyers.
He's a neighborhood aide, which is a guy who takes complaints over the phone, which not an investigator. It's like your first job out of college type of thing. He answers the phone. People call up and they yell about what's going on in their neighborhoods, and he fills out forms and refers it to the right people. I understand there is frustration, and it may be very legitimate. I'm very impressed with the New York Times article. I understand what occurred. There was a process server, a sewer service, there were victims. Victims want justice, and you're looking for justice. And I appreciate that, and I think the committee members appreciate that. The presentation is a little all over the place, and it's very hard to keep it focused, and I apologize for that. Obviously, it's not through my planning. What we're going to try to do is to bring the district attorney's representative forward. Hopefully they can comment on this particular Yellen case, which is clearly a problem for many people, and we'll take it from there. Let's do that next. All right? Thank you. I would urge you not to play that tape anymore. It's not particularly helpful. Mr. Flowery or Mr. Williams, can you comment on Yellen specifically?
I couldn't hear the court session.
I don't think you need to. I think what you need to do, if you can, is to tell us if you're familiar with this particular process server, what occurred, and whether these people, I don't think, they want prosecution, but ultimately what I think they're really after is that if they were served papers and they weren't actually served, they want their cases reopened because they're getting judgments against them that they didn't even know they had a lawsuit.
We have some familiarity with the matter, and but I think it would be inappropriate for me to comment when my familiarity is really just in passing at this point, Legislative Bishop, and we will certainly inform ourselves as to the status of the matter within our office, and if it does not jeopardize the prosecution or conflict with any confidentialities, I'll be glad to report back to this committee.
Would you engage in a brief hypothetical with me? If there was a hypothetical processor who is conducting sewer service, and he is found guilty and prosecuted, is there recourse for the people that were victims of the sewer service?
There would be civil recourse for them against that server, yes.
Okay.
And certainly there would be criminal penalties attached to such a process if it could be proven and established in court.
Right. And in general, if it could be proved and established in court that that a process server was conducting sewer service, your office would be interested in that and would want to prosecute that?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Can I assume that at our next meeting, which is when? August 1st, you'll be back to report on this matter? I think that's all I can fairly ask. You didn't know this was coming down today, and I'll give you the eye. Thank you.
Just on that
Okay.
hypothetical case, on that, what happens then within the case where the person is losing his house because he hasn't been served? Would that case be reopened?
Again,
Even if it's
that
beyond the
aspect of it,
statute of limitations?
that aspect of it is governed by the civil rules, and it's outside of my role as a prosecutor to deal with that. I'm sure that one can reopen and set aside a civil judgment that was based on some underlying fraud. But that would be up to the individual and his private attorney to deal with the civil aspects of the case. On the criminal aspects of the case, if there was a question of the loss of out-of-pocket expenses to a crime victim,
refused to take any action.
That's good. What was the name of the FBI agent?
The agent in charge there is named Bruce Brady.
Bruce Brady. And he's in Melville?
Yeah, and also...
On Pine Lawn Road?
Pine Lawn Road, right.
Okay, good for you. Superb.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday they told me that you had Phil Goldstein. I've heard about this from Phil Goldstein. I've heard about it from Harvey. I've heard about it from Carl.
Yeah, this is a big one. I don't know how they're going to continue to cover this up anymore. In 97, they covered this up. And here we go 2-3 years later, and it's the same thing all over again.
Tell me what they did in 97.
Well, 97, the Suffolk County DA was sent 4 dozen false affidavits with forgeries on them by a Judge Silverman from Manhattan.
What's his name for Silverman?
It's a woman. I believe I don't know if it's Joyce Silverman.
Yes, I think so. I think you're right.
Judge in Manhattan. 4 dozen, 48 false affidavits with felonies on them to Judge Mary Margaret Warner in Queens, and they switched the evidence.
What does that mean?
They means they took 4 dozen affidavits and switched it with a handful of some other affidavits. Something about...
Now you say they. Who is they? Mary Warner?
Mary Warner herself.
Oh my goodness.
Mary Warner's in this too.
And you didn't sue her?
I wasn't involved with that. That was Carmine. Carmine Vasily, my co-victim.
Yes, right. Now tell me what, this is Norman Yellen, right?
Yeah.
This is against Norman Yellen.
Yeah.
And what do you allege that Norman Yellen does?
Well, Norman Yellen is perjury and forgery for hire so that the judges and the court system can get jurisdiction over a litigant.
There you are. Tell me how that goes. Give me an example. He serves a summons, is it?
No, it's an affidavit of service that you were provided with court papers, which in turn were served, were discarded.
Yes, now give me an example.
Litigant has no idea there's a court action going and you lose by default.
Okay, good. Now let me go over that just again so the public understands. Here is a person, we will call that person John Henry. Okay, John Henry, the judge wants jurisdiction over him?
Yeah.
So what's the next thing?
Well, they provide court papers.
Who is they now?
Well, attorneys looking to start a court action against somebody, civil action.
Okay, so they prepare papers.
They prepare papers and...
They go to the judge.
Yeah, go to a judge. They go to the court, they file it, and what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to provide a service to get you the court papers within a specific length of time. And what happens is you never see the papers and you don't know about a court action and you lose by default.
Certainly.
Overturn it.
Certainly. So they give it to...
find out about it, you go back to the court trying to remedy the situation because a serious crime, a bunch of serious crimes were committed against you.
And you were never served.
Never served. You lose by default and you can't overturn it. And basically, if some of the people we found out that the cases are fixed and you can't get a Travis hearing, which you're entitled to by law.
Yes, you are.
You can't reverse a decision that was acquired through a crime.
Oh, that's excellent. And so so the judge or the lawyers give the paper to Norman Yellen. Which one?
Well, Norman Yellen was the guy who was providing the service. He has...
No, that's what I say. The judge or the lawyers give the papers to Norman Yellen to serve.
Well, an attorney gives it to him.
An attorney gives it to him. And then Norman Yellen goes out and he doesn't do a thing. He throws it in the sewer and then he signs an affidavit that he served it.
He forges other people's signatures that they served you. He's been doing it
Well, who are these other signatures?
Associates of his who were processors. And he's been setting up, supposedly there's something going around that he's been false notarizing and false signing of affidavits of service for a good number of years.
Yes, for many years.
15 to 20 years.
And that's what these 48 documents were that Silverman sent.
Not only that, in the clerk's office, there's false affidavits sitting in the files looking to hurt people who have been hurt already and also future crimes.
Say that again?
In certain cases.
Just a second. So this is what the 48...
They never got through process to start with, and now they're looking for it toward the end where they find out a crime was committed against spent $27,000 trying to reverse a judgment.
And you have the names of the judges who are privy to this racket?
Let me explain something to you on this one. This one was amazing because some of the judges were ex-DAs. Some of the Norman Yellen clients were ex-DAs also.
Well, I'm not surprised at that. I'm not surprised at that. There's no honor in a DA. And there's no honor in a U.S. attorney. So that does not surprise me.
It's amazing that the feds and the state of New York had knowledge of this information. Investigators, FBI, DAs, this and that. Administrative judges had all this information back in '97 and did absolutely nothing to protect the public.
This is what Carmine gave them?
Yeah.
Now, what are the names of these judges?
Hours with FBI agents.
What, excuse me?
He spent several hours with FBI agents.
Who, Carmine?
Yeah.
And then they refused to investigate it because the criminals were their friends.
According to him, the evidence disappeared.
Did you have duplicates of it?
Yeah.
And how did they say it disappeared? They lost it?
Well, in one case, they switched it.
You mean the Werner case?
Yeah.
Silverman to Werner.
What does it, 48, 4
Now, Henry,
Just have 3 to 4 felonies on them.
Henry, I want the names of the judges.
I don't know if he has that.
Who has it? Carmine has it?
Yeah.
All right, now how are you prejudiced? What did they do to you?
Well, I was forcefully served on several of my actions in my divorce. And then recently, within this last year, 3 days before Christmas, they're claiming that I was served with papers for contempt of court, which I'm not in. There's decisions and judgments through fraud attached to me and my assets, and I can't reverse them. I beg for Travis hearings. I find out these people are key players. They're setting up thousands of court cases. I went and asked for a Travis hearing, and they can't give that to me because I would be able to cross-examination to determine that the process server committed a crime against me.
Absolutely clearly understood.
Yeah, and not only that, around the same time I was asking for these Travis hearings, supposedly there was a grand jury against one of these process servers, Norman Yellen. There was supposed to be a grand jury investigation. There's subpoenas. We have a copy of the subpoena. Around the same time, I was after an associate process server of Norman Yellen, and they had to block me from getting a Travis hearing because between everything that was going on, we probably would have been able to have this fellow indicted.
Of course. When are you going to sue these people?
We're working on that. We're trying to put papers together and things like this.
I'm going to cite you a law, okay?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not giving you legal advice because we have such a horrible monopoly. The lawyers have such a horrible monopoly in the state of New York. Nobody can give legal advice. But I am telling you what I would do if I were you.
Mm-hmm.
I would sue these people under Title 42, U.S. Code, Section 1983, violation of civil rights, in this case due process, 5th Amendment and 14th Amendment, under color of state.
Yeah, they're actors for the state.
They are state actors.
Yes, this is why...
Wait a second, Henry. And under Section 1985, conspiracy. Go to the library and look up those 2 civil rights laws and copy them. And come home with them. And remember, the violation of civil rights is a violation of the 5th Amendment, due process, and the 14th Amendment, equal protection of the law.
Well, yeah. Listen, one more point that you need to...
Henry, are you listening to me?
Yes, I am.
I don't know what it is with you. You don't listen to people. Now, I'm listening to you. You have to listen to what other people have to say.
I understand.
Okay, now get that. And that is your lawsuit if in the future you're going to bring one. That's what I would do. Okay, Henry, what's next?
Okay, well, another thing, too, is when you find out you're a victim of these crimes and you go to the police to try to get a police report, like in my case it was the Islip Courthouse, you notice the Suffolk County Police in the area, the 3rd Precinct, refused to take a police report from you regarding this.
So you're going to sue them all? You're going to sue the...
I've also been to the state police about this, and I had to make a complaint to the Internal Affairs Division regarding it. I also made complaints to the Suffolk Internal Affairs Division that the police officers are completely refusing to take criminal reports regarding felonies against, people in court actions.
If that were I would be making a list right now, and that is called my caption. And I would file this pro se. Don't you dare get a lawyer.
No.
Do not get a lawyer. You do this pro se, and you go to the pro se office, and it's in Uniondale, and you get the forms, and you file this pro se, and you start making your list of defendants, and it would be the state police, it would be the Iceland police, it would be the FBI, it would be the judges. That's your list of defendants, and it would be the. Now, what are the chances? Are you working to get Norman Yellen, alleged forger, in jail?
Well, what we did is we're trying to very hard. We're trying to protect the people of future crimes.
Absolutely.
Stuff is still going on.
Absolutely.
By stopping him. He shouldn't be allowed to touch a parking ticket regarding anything like this.
Absolutely.
He's 5 million miles away from any court papers.
Absolutely.
And so are the other people that were key players who over and over and over set up litigants. They're still in business.
Yes. So what are you going to do?
Well, matter of fact, with the referral letters we have a few referral letters from legislators, congressmen, and assemblymen finally gave us a referral letter to the State Department of Investigation, and we're continuing.
Have you gone to see the U.S. Attorney?
Yeah, we requested numerous times.
What is his name?
His name is Thomas Finnegan.
Have you gone to see him?
I made phone calls to him, I made phone calls to Andrew Dunbar.
And he refuses to prosecute?
Yeah, not only that, they refuse to give you an appointment to come down and see what the heck you're talking about.
Well, I would sue Norman Yellen, because you've uncovered the whole gang of them.
Yeah.
It goes much farther than Norman Yellen. I would sue Norman Yellen right on the spot and bring him to court.
Yeah.
Even though it's criminal,
yeah.
And the U.S. Attorney has to do that, you have exhausted your administrative resources. Are you writing that down?
Yeah.
You have exhausted your administrative resources. You've tried the U.S. Attorney. He has failed you, and so now you have to take the case to federal court.
Yeah.
It's his job to do it. He's there to protect the people. And, of course, they are protecting each other.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. Another thing, too, I want you to understand, I'm a retired law enforcement officer.
Yes, I know that. For the city of New York?
Yeah, I've never, ever seen anything like this. Matter of fact, Giuliani made a referral to Mary Jo White's office regarding corporation, a $45 million corporation in Manhattan, and also some other court actions in Brooklyn, and it seems like Mary Jo White made this stuff disappear.
What corporation, Henry?
There were referrals from Department of Investigation, from New York City, a referral.
Police Department?
No, from the state, City of New York Department of Investigation.
Oh.
Sent referrals to Mary Jo White's office in October.
And she lost them.
And they sent them there. They hand-walked them there. And even as we're talking right now, nothing's been done about it.
Yeah. Yeah, but do you have personal knowledge of that, or is it hearsay?
Yeah.
You have to distinguish between hearsay, that somebody told it to you.
The evidence was maintained by the State Department of City Department of Investigation.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they hand-walked it, a few blocks away to the...
Yeah, I know where it is.
Yeah.
Now, okay, that's interesting. Mary Jo White. You know that, of course, Giuliani was a former U.S. attorney.
And not only that, in the 70s, they prosecuted these guys. They licensed the process servers in New York City, anywhere out of New York City.
Yes, they have numbers.
It's unregulated criminality. There's no licensing,
Yeah, that's true.
No background checks of these people, nothing. They'll do anything and everything.
That's true. They are licensed in New York City.
And set up a litigant. So, I think...
Okay, Henry, this is a big fight. I'm with you 100% on it. And Goldstein's with you, Lancezare's with you, Hardy's with you, Lori Galdano's with you. That's terrific. Okay.
This is a major crime ring, and nobody's stopping it.
Now, I've recorded everything, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to play it on the TV. Now, as for graphics, just one moment, please. Your last name is spelled, hold on, H-U... Z zebra?
H-U-S-Z-A-R.
H-U-S is in Sam.
Right.
Let me rewrite that. H-U-S-A-R. Henry.
Right.
Okay. Okay. What will we use for a graphic?
have some affidavits there, and if you look, there's a notary stamp down on the bottom.
No, I have no affidavits.
No?
I have no papers.
Oh, okay. We could probably get you some.
I'll give you my address. Box 416,
Yeah.
White Plains, New York. 10602. Telephone 914-949-9495.
Right.
This is going to go up on the screen this coming Tuesday, August the 8th. And it won't be cablecast probably until 3 weeks. I keep my programs 3 weeks ahead.
Right.
And I'm on 23 cable systems.
Right, I understand it. That's good.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Yeah, I need to talk to you about something else, too, so just don't go away, all right? Hang on a second.
All right.
Goodbye. You've reached Rich Ruggles and Rich Benedict. Please leave a message after the tone, and we will get back to you.
When you are finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, Rich Benefit. Thank you for fixing my VCR 3 years ago. This is Glendora, and this message is to Rich Ruggles. Rich, you know, of course, my comment all around an island and all around Cablevision from top to bottom, that the editing at Lynbrook is impeccable. Now, Rich, I plugged my CD into your BNC. No, it's not a BNC. It's a, what do you call those 3-hole audio things? You know, the thing you made me. And sometimes it's very, very good, Rich. But then it'll go long periods and I can't hear it at all. Is there anything that you could do to give me a good XLR, that's what you call it, to give me a good transmission through your whole wonderful system there so that I would have good music all of the time? I edit, as always, for 6 years, 9 a.m. To 1 p.m. at Lynbrook every Tuesday. I wonder if you could come down and help me resolve that. Or, I guess not. I guess that's not a good thing to do because I'm so busy editing all that time. I use every minute of it. So maybe if you could go down on your own sometime and take your own CD. I have a little CD that costs about, something like $39 or something like that. It's a very good CD. And I always check it to see if it's a CD, and it isn't. It's reliable. But the music is so good and it's so important. I like to have it throughout the whole program, not just some of it. Because I do I'm on 23 cable systems. And some of it goes to some cable systems, and there's other cable systems where they don't get the music because they can't make it come up. I try to work the mixer. Pat is pretty good. He comes down and he will adjust the mixer and he'll get it and it'll be good for a while and then it just goes. So let's see if we can solve the phantom. And why did the bunny rabbit ask to be changed into a goon within the next 24 hours? So he could be here today and goon tomorrow. That's Rich Ruggles, top technician at Cablevision. He's terrific. And so is Rich Benefit, and so is Eileen. About Henry Husar and Carmine Basilio. You see, they got him. And they know they got him. And they're scared stiff, and they're shaking in their boots, and they're getting desperate. Really desperate. He uncovers the whole chain. And I, on information and belief what he says about D'Amato getting those judges appointed.
Barbara Jones.
Hello, Cynthia?
D'Amato got appointed.
Hey, I was just on my way out. How are you? Oh, good. We asked the whole congregation to pray for you. God bless you. To keep you free from pain. Thank you so much. Yes. I hope someday I'll meet you. Oh, I hope so. And how is your husband? And my husband too, yeah.
How is he doing?
He's doing fine. We were at church together and we asked him to pray for you.
Yes. Thank you so much, and God bless both of you and the others that pray.
Yes, we prayed for Cynthia Lovely.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
I have an appointment, okay?
Yes, good.
Thank you for calling. It's nice hearing from you.
Oh, thank you, Cynthia.
And my regards to your husband, and have a good weekend. Have a good week. Have a good life.
You too, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
A good weekend, a good week, a good month, a good year, a good decade, a good life. Now this ad was in the telephone book, and it was right on the front page, and it was a post-it, and it's for Barry E. Greenberg, attorney. So let's check him out. August 4, 2000, Friday, 2 p.m. And it's a coupon, folks.
Thanks for calling Barry Greenberg's office. Yes, speaking. How may I help you?
Yes, I have a coupon from the telephone book in Westchester.
Okay, so nobody's available at the moment. All I can do is take a message and have somebody call you back.
What did you say?
Nobody's available at the moment. All I can do is take a message and have somebody call you back.
Oh, this is not Mr. Greenberg's office?
Yes, it is, but he's not available. I say, can I take a message and have him call you back?
Oh, I see. You're not an answering service?
No, that's what I am.
You're an answering service?
Yes.
But you're not at his office?
No.
I'll be darned. All right. Do you know when Mr. Greenberg will be there?
Maybe in about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And who am I speaking with?
Glenn, G-L-E-N?
Did you want me to leave a message still?
No, I cannot be reached from telephone where I am.
Okay, yeah, just call back, okay?
Yes, now there's 2 o'clock now, right?
Yes, I'm back on. Oh, it's 2 o'clock now. No. Where are you located?
I'm in Westchester.
New York, right?
No, Westchester, New York State. But Westchester. Westchester
Yeah,
County.
call about 2:30.
I'll call about 2:30?
Yeah, 2:30.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now, folks, let's call 718 625. The other one was 800 number 625-0028. I called the United States District Court in St. Louis, Galgano versus James Dolan. And the line was busy.
Good afternoon, Barry Greenberg's office. Trapper speaking to help you.
Oh, good afternoon. Is Mr. Greenberg there?
Not at the moment. Did you need him to return your call?
No, I can't be reached by telephone. I wanted to inquire. I have a coupon here from the telephone book in Westchester.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to talk to him about it. Do you know when Mr. Greenberg will be in?
He should be back within the hour.
Within the hour?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I'll try to call you around between 2:30 and 3.
Sure. What's your name? I can have him expect your call.
Yes, Glenn.
Okay. Thank you very much, Glenn.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. United States District Court, St. Louis.
Good afternoon, U.S. District Court.
St. Louis?
Yes?
Oh, thank you. I would like to know the status of my case, Galgano versus James L. Dolan.
Okay, can you hold on? Let me get to the computer.
Thank you. Galgano is the plaintiff. G-A-L-G-A-N-O.
Okay. First name?
Lori, L-O-R-I.
Okay, I found ya.
Oh, thank you so much. What is the number, please?
It's 4:00CV754CEJ.
C-E-J. I believe that's
Jackson.
Jackson, right. Carolyn, is it?
Carol.
Carol.
Yeah, just Carol.
Well, thank you so much. Would you tell me the status?
Sure. See where we're at here. Okay. It's currently still open, and it looks like a notice of private process server has been filed.
I'm making notes. I'm being quiet.
Oh, that's okay. I'm trying to figure out what this says. Somebody docketed it kind of weird.
Weird, huh?
Now, these are supposed to explain things just concisely. Sorry, I just kind of threw this one out the window. It looks like it's a notice by plaintiffs that Cablevision's capitulated and withdrew the public access kit that's...
Yes.
Okay.
That is so.
Okay, that's been filed. And then that's the last significant thing. The next thing was just a notice of process. That was...
Oh, thanks ever so much. And your name is what?
My name is Gina.
Gina, J-E-A-N-A?
It's G-E-N-I-A.
G-E-I-N-A?
No, N-I-A.
Oh, Nina.
Gina. G-E-N-I-A.
Oh, that's pretty.
Thank you.
Janina. Oh, that's very pretty. Well, now, the thing is that we need our summonses. And we made out the summonses with the defendants' names on them. And we sent them in, because we are pro se, a clerk has to sign our summonses.
Right. It looks like with that notice of process number is when you send them in.
Yeah.
Let me transfer you back to Judge Jackson's unit, and they're the ones who would sign and seal them and send them back to you.
Okay, you're going to transfer me to Judge Jackson.
Well, her unit.
Her unit, and they are the people who will sign the summonses?
Who did, and they tell you when they send it back.
And sign them. We haven't got them yet.
Right.
Okay, that's lovely. Can you give me that extension, please?
Sure.